Okay, so that was weird. I had to completely restart. That was really strange. I had to completely restart my Ethernet adapter before it would allow my system to reconnect to the internet. So I don't think that's a problem with the ISP. I can't get mad at them for that. That was not that was not great. Hmm. But yeah, an urchin up the ass is quite the turn of phrase.
Is it so unreasonable to want to protect my culture, our culture,
Hmm.
from our greedy neighbors?
She spits on the ground between you and grits her teeth.
They arrive in ships laden with goods they believe will please us and think that gives them the right to build their walls on our land. Then, they act surprised when we don't all fall at their feet with cries of gratitude.
She has a point.
Akira, don't encourage her. I will never hear the end.
We are no strangers to the menaces of the Deadfire. Pirates, colonials, Nagati's children. We have bested all of them before. We don't need them or their walls to keep us safe, and we surely don't need their longhouse.
Weto, Weto, why do you support the Rawatines?
We are no strangers to storms. But last year we suffered many powerful ones in quick succession, and our harvest of Koiki fruit was destroyed. Prize share was rationed, famine loomed, and then the Rawatayans sent ships, load after load of food, enough to see us to the next harvest. They could have left us to die, but they didn't.
Humanitarian aid is not an excuse for commandeering your land.
It was only a ploy to make us dependent on them, Akira. We took their food and helping hands, and now we sleep in their buildings and watch the sea from their walls.
What does all of this have to do with the Longhouse?
Another of the Rawatayans' tricks. When our huts were destroyed in the storms, they did not rebuild them like they were as we requested. They built this longhouse instead. Are you not one people? They said. Why do you live divided, each cast apart from the others? They believe they know what's best for us, but how we live is not their business.
Yeah, they have no business to try to tell you that your way of living is wrong.
The Fleet Master says we are weak because we don't work as one. She doesn't see that it's our differences that make the Huana strong. She doesn't want to see it, lest it put the lie to their enterprise here.
The Huana and Rawatines are both Amawa. Why not be allied? I mean, I agree with the sentiment of this question, but... Hey, Drew, that was really weird. It made me completely shut off and restart my Ethernet network adapter before it would reconnect to the... Like, my entire computer lost connection to the internet. So I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe my driver needs to be updated. I'll have to look into that tomorrow. That's really weird.
Under whose banner? Rawatai's? Then we cease to be Huana as surely as if they conquered us.
We have the land and resources Rawatai needs, and they have the military might we lack. We share a common ancestor. Why not create a common culture? Together we would be strong.
It doesn't even have to be a common culture, just two cultures living in, at the very least, tolerance, if not harmony. Sneeze too hard. Should leave windows open. Oh my god. Although if it caught a cold, then I should not leave my windows open. But if I close out windows, the computer doesn't work, so...
I say, if you truly believe that, then you're a bigger fool than I thought.
The Juana should forge their own path.
Akira, I don't need you to tell me as much. But I appreciate your support nonetheless.
Tipa nods and gives you a tight smile.
It is gratifying to be heard and understood. That an outlander could do this and my brother could not shames us both.
Caught between the Valians and the Rowatayans, we will be crushed. We need a strong ally to survive the coming years.
Ally, yes. You don't need to be annexed. Leto shakes his head sadly. He tries to put his hand on his sister's shoulder, but she shrugs him off, a look of disgust curling her lips.
Yeah?
I hate to see Tippa and Wedo fight.
They are trying to do to these people what the white man did to the American natives, the American Indians. Absolutely ridiculous. Sure, I'll take some Roparu clothing. What to
Those Roparu dare make such a racket in my longhouse? What were those royal Deadfire fools thinking?
A large Juana man glares down the length of the building, his fists clenched tight. You're an ass. You're an ass.
You'd feel the same if you knew anything about the Juana.
The warrior grunts, a sneer lifting. Oh, I know a thing or two about the Juana. I just disagree with the prejudices that you have within your own freaking people.
What do you want?
How did the Royal Deadfire Company come to control Sayuka?
Not even the greatest Mataru can stand against a fleet of Rowatayan warships.
The warrior speaks with a bitter shake of his head. Your room's much nicer than the others.
I am Mataru, a warrior. The best quarters are mine by right. And yet I cannot display my most precious possession, my grandmother's warhammer, for fear the Roparu might steal it. It is absurd.
Why would the Roparu steal your stuff?
They know no better. A Juana soul is not born into the Roparu without reason, after all.
He can hardly resist rolling his eyes. You really are an ass.
Over, then under, then twist. Good.
Akira, it looks so easy when you do it. I got this.
His crates are overflowing with personal belongings that don't fit in the longhouse. A middle-aged Kwaru woman raises her brows in question when you approach, her hands too full with braided ropes of dried reeds to greet you properly. Beside her stands an elderly Roparu man, awkwardly grasping his own bundle of reed rope.
Oh, hello. Come to watch me tie rugs, have you?
Asaru here has been teaching me.
He indicates the woman beside him with a dip of his chin. The corners of his mouth twitch like he's trying to hide a smile.
What say, traveler?
Isn't it unusual for Kwaru and Roparu to do the same work?
It is, as you say. But I have always admired the beautiful rugs Osaru makes.
And Nadunga can fix anything. Is it not reasonable we should learn from each other?
That is the correct attitude. Though she smiles as she speaks, Osaru's words hold a defensive edge, as if she's had to explain their unusual arrangement many times before.
Akira, especially if we must suffer Waturi together.
A sly grin spreads across the old man's face, and then he elbows Osaru playfully on her side.
Just so.
Osaru swats his arm away with a small laugh. Then, her thoughts returning to Wataru, she makes a face like she's bitten into an underripe koiki fruit. Is it stressful having all the casts I think it's casts living together in one building?
It's not so bad, excepting the nights Waturi gets into the palm wine.
Akira. But that man does snore loud enough to call down the rains.
She snorts, and Nidunga beside her smothers a raspy chuckle.
There is hardly any space to tie my rugs, to be certain. And I haven't had a moment to myself in weeks.
But there are also new friends to be made.
Nidunga finishes her sentence with a warm smile.
Indeed there are. Captain, I am inspired to redecorate our ship's quarters.
Knock yourself out, dude. Can you teach me how to tie a rug?
It's not a skill one learns in an afternoon. But should you wish to spend many months here in this longhouse, you're welcome.
Deep, throaty laugh rumbles through him.
I say, we have the room. So long as you do not mind sleeping like so many scrolls stuffed in a shelf.
Carry the winds with you, traveler.
Rice wine. I'll take that. Bunch of roparu. Some glaive berries, sure. These near-identical beds are well built, but offer little privacy. Whole bunch of roparu. Kuaru. Oh, hey, looky there. The elusive dickhead. Crocky, look at that. It's a wild dickhead. Or as some call them, a bell end. Alright, Takwa. As you approach, the fish vendor flashes you a broad, cheery grin. He beckons you over with a wave of his hand and directs your attention to his latest delivery.
All the wonders of the sea, and more besides.
He directs you to a display selling the day's catch. Ooh, you have some pre-cooked stuff. Luminous lobster? What? Most of those have grown large and sweet from proximity to luminous Adra. Consuming their meat steadies the nerves and increases focus. Huh. Interesting. Koami. A young woman leans against the till, her eyes half closed. She jerks awake when she hears the scuff of your boots on the flagstones and fumbles about for something to polish in an effort to look busy.
What can I do for you?
She surreptitiously wipes a bit of drool from the corner of her mouth. What do you have in stock?
Put your eyes on these.
She waves her eyes at the merchandise with a theatrical flair. Ooh, Stalker's Patience, one-handed spear. A legendary, too. Let's see. Accurate legendary enchantment, Wounding. Hits with this weapon cause an additional 10% damage as raw damage over time. Ambushing. 10% additional damage to flanked targets. Ajamut, a dwarf matron of Nasitak, carried this spear on many of her long hunts. To feed her tribe, she required a tool that could put a beast down quickly from ambush. She had no intention of dishonoring herself or the hunt by merely maiming her quarry. If she failed to grant the animal a clean kill, the barbed spearhead at least granted her assurance her prey would tire, weaken, and expire from blood loss. Excuse me. If I had somebody who actually used spears, that would be an interesting weapon. Distrajo, a great sword. Exceptional quality. Exceptional enchantment. Chance to shaken on a critical hit. And what's red tear? Or red tier? Restoration. 35 health. Destrojos Pommel gem shares from its store of essence. Restores a small amount of health to the wielder. And it does this. Oh, it's just a skill that it grants. You can use it once per rest. The pirate, known as Deneric the Bloody, captain of the Claret, carried this sword during a years-long campaign of murder and mayhem that took him from the seas of Adir to the shores of the White that Wins. He was indiscriminate in his violence, preying on merchants and other pirates alike in his quest for treasure and blood. The ships of his many victims were often discovered adrift, their decks littered with corpses and the rigging strewn with severed heads. Driven only by his insatiable need to spill blood, Deneric eventually began to forego even plundering the vessels. As his infamy grew, entire flotillas set sail with the express purpose of hunting down the Claret and her captain. Deneric's crew, dissatisfied with a lack of loot and disillusioned with Deneric's malevolent deeds, eventually sold him out to Vailian pirate hunters in exchange for clemency and a sizable bounty. When the Vailians boarded, Deneric's crew turned on their captain. Salvagers later discovered the Claret floating adrift. The headless bodies of both crews covered the deck. Neither the Vailian frigate nor Captain Deneric were anywhere to be found. So he stole their ship. One man did all that, huh? Very interesting. Exceptional stuff. Lots of exceptional stuff. Either one of those are super useful to my party, though. Oh, wait. What? What? Raotai soldier conversation. You still seeing that Kuaru woman? We had a falling out. Over. What over? You've met her brother? You didn't. What can I say? I'm just that good. What? We've got an American Raotai soldier here. He's not picky. Sheba. While Sheba is following you around, you gain bonus perception, and your party's melee attacks are more likely to critically hit. I have so many animals. Animalis. All over the animalis. Engineer. Coral Mason. Alright, Ivera. When you first enter the workshop, you find the Vailian scientist, Ivera, and a large Amawa man in heated conversation. He gestures wildly. His mouth is set in a hard grimace that bears his pointed teeth. Ivera regards him with her hands planted firmly on her hips. When he spots you, his eyes widen.
This area is strictly off-limits to non-company personnel. What are you doing here?
Working for the company, you?
Calma, amico. Is this not the casito your Hazanui said she would send?
Ivera rolls her eyes. That's me. How can I help?
Praise be. The coral in the harbor is growing out of control, and we've found no way to stop it. We're at our wits' end.
He mops a sheen of sweat from his broad brow with a handkerchief.
I've surmised that a magical disturbance must be the source of the problem. So far as I can tell, the most likely candidate is a strange magical signature emanating from someplace off the southeast coast of the island, deep beneath the sea.
The Huana's records show that an ancient and Guithan ruin, Signaf Mall, once stood at that approximate location. I do not doubt that something in that ruin is the source of the trouble. Perguano, take this. It is my masterpiece, Uck.
She heaves a large bulbous helm off a nearby shelf and hands it to you. Diving equipment. Massive brass helmet is sturdy enough to withstand the crushing pressure of deep sea while providing a limited supply of breathable air.
The helmet should allow you to breathe underwater for time enough to deal with the disturbance, provided, of course, that you hurry.
Engine far, engine far, engine far. Engine far. Really? Really true. Although it does point out an interesting, like, one word can sound like a completely different one if you say them quick. Engineer. Oh, okay, you went a completely different direction from what I was. But then I kind of have a, like, accent hobby, so engine fire sounds like you're saying Indian fire. Engine fire, engine fire. Deep South accent there. Oh, I'm exactly short-handed. You're not exactly short-handed here. Why not send your own people?
None among the company share your particular history with Guithan artifacts.
You are not wrong. I do have history with such places.
You are, in essence, the perfect candidate for our research.
Experior?
The Royal Deadfire Company thanks you for your assistance, Watcher.
And your bravery. Aura Taugori.
Aura Taugori. Golden wishes. Golden wishes? I'd rather find some golden fishes.
Additional cannons.
Engine
we must
fire.
oblige her.
We cannot spare the weight. Already the ballast is overtaxed.
Increase the size of the ballast then.
And store it where? Then we must increase the size of the ship.
Take your concerns to the Valian. This mess is her responsibility now.
I mean, ooh, rune powder. I'll take the hell out of that. I can find uses for that stuff. As long as it's not the little mask symbol, I don't have to worry about getting in trouble. They don't consider it thievery unless it's that. The Eroshian calendar and Azatanui shells. That is marked stealing, yeah.
Hey there. Sure.
Hello, Ivera. You just had to choose this particular moment to come down here, didn't you?
I got this. I got this.
Whatever hides beneath this tarp reeks of brass polish and machine oil. I'll wait. Finish what you're doing and get the hell out of here. Kicking you out of this part of your workshop. Go.
Easy does it. I see where you're going with that. There. What did I tell you?
9.
Yeah? Be right
Gotcha.
there.
Mine. I am Sticky Finger. The sticky-fingered watcher.
We're under attack. Hold them off while I tell the others.
Round soldiers. On
Hurry!
it.
They're just outside the gate.
Defend Sayuka. Let's do this.
Quick.
Wait.
See this meat.
You. Bog druids, huh?
Flogging the figurehead. Futile.
And a bear. Come on now.
I'll teach you a lesson.
Just like
All right. Let's have you. Wait, no. I want you, actually. Ooh, I got 122. Look at that. I'm gonna puppet. This boar. I did not take that spell, did I? Yeah, I ended up taking the one ability. Although, I can use Tane's Chaotic Orb.
Futile orders to go.
That's it.
We're in that last drink.
Nice. Oh, hell. Okay, yeah, I'll move you. If I can. Assuming that I can. I want you to knock him on his ass. That's right, knock him down. You can do that. Got it. There you go. Now then, let's have all of you guys attack him. You two go after this one.
Just like that.
Okay, and now you can go after that.
That's the stuff.
Let's try it out.
What for, Cap?
I'll have you do this upon him.
Me too.
You are going to cast that. I'll have you do this. You are going to attack the druid. Adair, hold that. Oof.
There's something you don't see every day.
All of you, turn your AI on. Please attack at your leisure. I want you to heal. And there, you are where? You are up there. So you do that. Let's do it.
Hey, that wasn't as bad.
Master Okayu. Exceptional stilettos. Holding his arms, Takehu opens his mouth to speak but stops himself. He bites his lower lip and regards Maya thoughtfully. Maya's not here. Stop acting like a fish out of breath and say what's on your mind already. Maya's tone causes Ishiza to perk as it. Maya's not here. Game, what are you doing? She left the party to do something. She'll be back later. Maya's not here. Something the matter, Takehu?
Akira, but my words are for the gun-toting company spy. The dignity of the tribes runs through your blood, I say. But you disrespect our people at every turn.
Takehu stares Maya down. She meets his gaze with a slow nod. Someone told me that water shapers controlled their emotions better than this. Guess they were off. Takehu furrows his brow, sighing through his nose. Oh. If what I say disturbs you, don't ask yourself why before you paint me as the hypocrite. Maya shakes her head and lets out an angry breath through her nose. If you children don't shut up, I'll steer our boat into the closest reef. Takehu, I think Maya's just trying to get a rise out of you.
She believes every word. I say the poison drips through her friendly smile.
I can't decide if you're upset because I'm some kind of race traitor or because the Huana are an embarrassment to these isles. Takehu folds his arms and watches. Oh, shit, Maya. While we stand around wasting all this time, a god probably just stepped on Fish Boy's village. Maya folds her arms and chuckles, but a dawning realization stops her. Wait, Takehu, I didn't mean... Covering his mouth, Takehu turns away and squeezes his eyes shut, stifling a sound of anguish that rises from his throat. A shadow passes over Takehu's skin and his hair begins to drip ink. What starts as a trickle increases in volume until steady black rivulets cascade down his neck and shoulders like a wall of tears. That's never seen that happen before. You all right?
I'm fine.
He speaks into his hands, avoiding your gaze.
It's just ink. Normally, I am able to control it. But in times like these...
He gestures off into the distance, silently pleading for a change of topics as he chokes back something unsaid. Maya frowns, but does not speak up. Okay.
Yeah?
I don't understand how that happened, but... Qu'est ce fou?
Leave it to me.
Takehu, do you often speak to people who are not currently here? Asking for a friend?
Watch and learn.
An exceptional quarterstaff. Ooh. Here's one of them big pigs. Okay, well, that's a thing that just happened. Doody doody doo, doody doody doo.
Ugh, so much to do, so few hours in the...
Okay, I think that I need to go talk to the fleet master, I guess.
Takehu, you ever use your abilities to play jokes on anyone?
Ikera, I once sold a water globe to a Mataru priest. It was filled with live fish.
It doesn't sound like much of a joke.
The trick was letting the sculpture break down while he slept with it over his head.
Oh.
I'm getting so many ideas right now. How would you feel about betraying the Watcher's trust?
Oh, God. Adair, I will... Don't do this. You do not want to start that battle. I get devious.
I'm told you were instrumental in our stand against the Druids. Well done.
500 copper.
The Druids have harried us from the moment we made landfall.
Your people fought admirably.
For a bunch of pencil-twiddling engineers, you mean? Several days ago, I dispatched a small force to quell them, but I've heard nothing of them since. To be frank, I suspect they were killed.
Probably so.
And I no longer have enough people to repel another attack. We Rowattians are tougher than most, but we're engineers all the same. We weren't trained to fight. Given your impressive showing in our hour of need, I'd hoped I might impose on you with a request for aid.
Go on.
Go to the bog where I sent my people. You'll find the Druids' leaders there, no doubt. Kill them. Should you do so, the Royal Deadfire Company would stand in your debt, and I would be immensely grateful.
I will kill them if they need killing. But I do plan to try to talk to them first.
My Seraphim, is there anything you have a hard time with, aside from humility?
I reckon I'll be half handsy at most things. More so, all things piratical.
If only we were all as confident in real skills as you are in imagined ones.
You'd be right surprised how far confidence will take you, lad. Were you ever to give it a try?
Okay. Let's leave on foot. Let's explore this island, shall we? I say, I'm going to explore the island on foot. A burial site. Bent Branch Bog. That must be where she wants me to go. Let's go up here first. A tomb rises from the earth before you. Its stone exterior is well wrought and decorated with reliefs of Tangaloa and Ngati. It likely houses the body of someone important to a local Huana tribe. And I'm going to loot it. For Peridot. Nothing. Sigil of Atrophy Wardstone. 21 baby pearls. Ooh. Nothing of value. 4 scoria. 4 scoria and 20 minutes ago. Okay. Okay. I don't know how long it's going to take for this injured crewman of mine to recover. You are injured. Injured for 13 days. Oof. Man, when your crewmen get injured, it's a right thing. Ooh, I only have 20 water left. Let's see if we can't fix that. Give y'all that. You can have that. Wait. No, I'll hold on to that, but you can take that. And you can take that. Now you've got rum. You can take that. A couple of kawiki fruits, so you can take those. Merc berries. Ooh. I'm gonna put in... We'll go 75 of that. Some rocky pods. And now let's check out the Bent Branch Bog. Down a cheeky little save just in case. And I think I just found their scouts.
Consider it done.
Give me a real challenge.
Assassin vines, huh?
I sense a predator in the water.
All right, well, let's get you in there. Do it. I am going to bounce some chaos orbs. No, I don't want to use that spell. I'm going to Ninagoth's Freezing Pillar. A lot of them, if not all of them. But let's do that. I'm going to put down... Nope. You already double. Let's go with Ocean Burst. You are going to switch and start blasting them from a distance. You also begin blasting, please. Wait, you can do more. You can do that. Excellent. Demilgen Vine Color. You back off. why will you not back off?
I shall.
Thank you. Let's do this. Let's do this. You can shoot. Nuked you and your little plants.
Hey there. Be right there.
A knight's foot and an heavy bullet, I hear.
Okay. Sigil of Nightmares Wardstone. A bear cub? Oh, I can get a bear cub for a pet.
Yeah?
I can have a mini trinket.
I got this. I got this.
I can has mini trinket. While the bear cub is following you around, you gain a bonus to fortitude plus 8, and your party receives a bonus to melee damage. 5% with melee attacks. Oh.
Hey there. I got this. Consider it done.
Okay. That cat must not be happy. That's a house cat. They don't particularly like water.
Oh, I can't see you, you sneaky bastard.
Yeah, right away.
A bog barbarian. I'll have you shooting that one. You can do this. I know you're capable. And I'll put you down there.
Now you be right screwed.
Okay. You are gonna shoot.
Teach you a lesson.
You are gonna use your little book. Hopefully you get it off before he shoots him to death, because yeah. Sporling. You go after the barbarian. The bog barbarian. Okay. I have Purge of Toxins. Purifies target of any toxic presence, granting a temporary immunity to poison and disease effects. Does anybody have a toxic presence? Not yet, but I think they're about to. I want you to shoot it.
How it's done.
Let's use this.
No rush, but if you have any antidotes handy.
I do indeed, actually.
I'd be much obliged.
There you go. A phantom? Where did you come from? Just barred the bog baron.
Hey.
Oof. There you go. There it is. Oh yeah. Alright, you bog lurker. What do I have? Let's go with our Ocean Burst. Pain block. Don't want that. I will do this though.
Me too.
Yeah, sure, just shooting.
Worth and rough.
Not exactly what I was going for. Right here.
Like a fish on the hook.
Goodbye, bog lurker. Not sure where you came from, but you shouldn't have turned on me. A dank spore. Oh no, not a dank spore. Nothing. Slogs and yeah, I do still have it. Oh yeah, because it's got to temporary. Gotcha.
Show them how it's done.
I'm going to use this. And I'm going to use this.
This I cannot do.
Don't you tell me you cannot. Just freaking do it.
Worth and rough.
That's how it's done.
Aye. Of course.
Sigil of Pain. Wordstone.
I got this. I got it.
Doobie doobie doop, doobie doobie doop.
Slippery as
A
an
lost cat. I shall save you, little kitty. Twix. Is it left Twix or right Twix? While Twix is following you around, gain a bonus to your maximum health, and your party members will regain some health when they kill an enemy. That's actually pretty nice. The power of Twix compels you.
What? If you insist.
Okay. How do I get past that? I guess I have to go around, don't I? Around this way.
I can be quiet if you can.
Oh, I can be. The question is, will I be? You find 4 godlike druids waiting for you in the clearing. The Death and Moon godlike whisper to one another, their gazes occasionally falling on you. The Nature godlike sways slightly on her feet, her eyes half closed, while the Fire godlike balls his fists at his sides and grits his teeth.
Your every step fouls the ground. Why do you pollute this sacred place?
Oh, you know, just seeing the sights. I've come to end your conflict with the Royal Deadfire Company.
The Rawatayan invaders trespassed upon our sacred ground and ignored our overtures. The fault for this conflict lies not with us.
The flame of summer's hair. Druid of summer. The flame of summer's hair burns briefly brighter. Autumn gently calms her fiery counterpart.
Why should we believe you are any different?
Autumn's question is a genuine one. She is intent to hear you out. Your disagreement with the Royal Deadfire Company endangers the island. I want to make peace.
Eloquent though your words may be, they will build no peace between us and the invaders. They or we must leave this island, and we shall not be moved. Leave this place, Watcher, and do not return lest you wish to meet an early end.
Let me take a little look around first.
The time to gawk has passed. Kill the trespasser.
I mean, if I have to, I'm not going to shy away from it. Let's see. Druid of Winter, Druid of Autumn, Druid of Summer, Druid of Spring, and a Bog Druid. These... None of them are... Oh, and a Barbarian. A Bard Bogbarian. None of them are, Ooh, a Sigil of Pain and a Sigil of Nightmares. Back together. Pain, a Sigil of Nightmares. So let's use this with... Oh, and I can't. Ooh, that's gonna make this fight just that much tougher. Druid of Spring. Greater Stormblight. Alright, you go after that. I want you to do this, and I'll put down this here. You shoot that one, please.
Take that.
Excellent. Okay, so that's done. Oh, and Adair got that. That's perfect. Okay, you go in. You're going to use your little book on the Druid of Winter. And I want you to start shooting at that one. While you cast that. twin stones. Crush anyone in the path, exploding on impact with the solid surface. Let's go there. You are going to put down a Garden of Life right here. You need to shoot this guy. I would like you to shoot that. Alright. Let's do this. Let's do this. Knock him down. If he gets up again.
It usually works. There's a walloping. That's not.
Okay. You are going after this. You need to... Where are you? You got the shit knocked out of you, didn't you? Heal yourself, please. Let's do this across there. While you attack the Druid of Summer.
That never happens.
Let's put down this. Let's go with that. Turn your AI off. I want you to switch. We'll just have everybody attack this guy.
At your service.
Okay, nothing super interesting. Ah, there we go. Saint Omaku's Mercy. Two-handed warbow. Superb. Heavy draw. Less action speed, but more damage. Increased with survival skill. +1 penetration. Gallowayne's Favor. Restores 10 health to nearby allies on scoring a kill. Okay. According to tradition, the man who would become Saint Omaku crafted this bow out of wild mangrove trees on a semi-mythical island known to the people of the Deadfire as Gallowayne's Grove. There, if the legends are to be believed, Gallowayne gave Omaku charge over life and death on the island. He was tasked to maintain the balance of predator and prey, strong and weak. The penitent Omaku thus became the warden of Gallowayne's creation, culling and healing in equal stride. He spent the long days of his life in service to the sanctity of the hunt. Hey Drew, haha, wife just said she wanted brownies, so I'm making a pan of them at 10:30 p.m. She probably thinks I'm super sweet, but really I want brownies too, right? God, that sounds good. I wished I could have brownies. Plex. Okay.
It will be so.
Are these sprig berries? Nope, rocky pods. Interesting. Well, you godlike. The gods wanted to get rid of you, I guess, for putting you in my path. Because that's what happened. Oh, wait. I didn't mean to go back in. So I don't think there's anything else to do in here? No, there's not. Okay, let's go back. What the hell is that? Signath Moore. You gotta ask, you can't afford it. I mean, doesn't mean I don't want it. You arrive at the location off the coast of Sequoia that the Coral Mason told you about. You peer over the edge of your ship and see a faint glow in the waters far, far below. Excuse me. Don your diving suit and swim down. Clamber into the diving suit and leap from your boat, hitting the water with a tremendous splash. You swim toward the light, breathing fresh air thanks to Ivara's invention. As you fall through the depths, the water grows dark, but the glow before you ever brighter. Schools of gigantic fish twist and swirl around you, paying you no heed. Soon enough, you can make out the vague shape of a structure resting on the seafloor. Rising from the ruins of Signath Moor is a tall spire and what appears to be a small landing platform. When you finally reach the spire, you find that a shimmering barrier surrounds the ruin. You pass your hand through the barrier and feel nothing but a tingle like electricity across your skin. Pass through the barrier. You walk through the barrier and discover the interior of the ruins aren't flooded, as you might have expected, but dry. You remove your helmet, take a deep breath of fresh air, and walk into the ruins of Signath Moor. Interesting. You might be, yeah.
Breathable, but that doesn't make it sanitary.
Oh, there are more fish people here.
Slippery as an eel.
Hello, fish people. Alright, Enraged Log of Faith. I think I'm just gonna have you run straight into all of them. All of them.
Right here. Leave it to me.
Whoa, whoa.
That's right. Look. Now. Straight into all of them. Do it. Alright. You shoot that. You cast that. You have you cast that. You are going to... Yes. Bring in those. Let's see what those do, because I have not used them before. Okay. Everyone in the area. Sure, let's do that. You are going to do that. You two are gonna go AI. Boom! Just do it.
Something
Okay, the rest of you guys are all gonna go after that.
Something I trust you.
You can also level up. Oh, okay, never mind.
What do you need?
Okay, cuttlefish, tahiwa snapper, and a bunch of sticks. You guys were ill-equipped for that battle. You had just had a bunch of sticks.
Let's take a look.
This dark murky hole leads to the ocean. Alright, what do we got up here?
Why my eyes be open?
Water leaks through a crack in the window.
Give me a real jelly.
School of fish dart through the water just past the window. Okay. Let's see what we got over here.
Be discreet.
Discreet, discreet, discreet.
Yeah,
I guess I'll be the one going in then. Alright, well, let's see what's right here.
Be right there.
Lock difficulty 16. I have 18
This calls for a
mechanics,
assault.
so I should be good.
What did I tell you?
Regeneration heals enraged sea troll. I don't think I've seen one of those. No. I was trying to move in closer and not close the damn door. Oh, and I clicked it a third time because I didn't know the clicks were automatic and carried through.
Consider it done.
Through the damn door. Okay, let's
I got this.
see what this is.
I got this.
This mural hints at the creation of a creature larger than any that came before it. But it's too damaged to decipher more. You find a small machine sitting on a dais surrounded by a spinning ring. It appears to be of Ingwithan origin. Let's examine the machine. No matter how you poke and prod at the machine, its purpose eludes you. Okay, well, I'm not going to try to break it until I have some idea of what it does.
Sure. You ever seen one of these machines that was anything but trouble?
There's another one up here.
Yeah.
Look at that. The low hum reverberating from this machine makes the inside of your ears itch. What about this one? The machine stretches. God, I hate that tone. The machine stretches from deep within the pit of water at your feet to the apex of the vaulted ceiling high above you. It emits a soft, low purr and charges the air with the same expectant frisson of energy you might feel right before a lightning strike. Study the machine. You manage to make out what little of the writing hasn't faded away. You also learn that the machine is funneling essence into the surrounding flora and fauna from a luminous Audra pillar beneath the stairs. Beneath the ruins. I'll come back to this.
Hey there. Leave it to me.
Give me a real challenge.
Stairs up.
Be right there.
There's another one there.
Consider it done.
You find a small machine sitting on a dais. You can examine it. Whatever poking problem, the purpose eludes you.
Right here. I got this. Right here. Watch and learn.
A plaque near the mural reads, "The Leviathan was a folly born of purest hubris. After our experience with the barbed Ravager, we decided to test the limits of the machine's growth capabilities. We entrapped a pod of blue whales and subjected them to the machine for months on end. Only a few of the creatures survived, but those that did, they could not be contained." Well, that doesn't sound
Leave it to me.
very good at all. These Ingwithan fools. Hold on a second, my chat crashed again. Okay, there we go. I'm back. A small plaque below the mural reads, "The Winding Serpent was our first success. Born of the common barracuda, we subjected the creature to the machine's vital energies, and it grew to immense proportions. It has since appeared to have developed something of a group mentality, often hunting in packs."
Right here.
Sure.
So these dumbasses were creating sea monsters.
Hey.
You dumbasses.
Trouble ahead. You see that?
Enraged Redfin, Enraged Lagufeth. You know what? Let's actually come back. Make them come to us a bit here. Ooh, there's the enraged sea troll that I saw mentioned earlier. Let's do that. Let's do... Let's do... I don't think I want to do that just yet. Let's put this down. You will switch and start shooting this guy.
Oh, wheelhouse, friends.
That looks like it hurt.
Okay, now let's do this. Let's do this.
I think not.
I think so. Well, I fucking damn well think so.
Too difficult, I say.
That's how it's done.
Cast the damn thing. You cast the damn thing.
Makes no difference.
That must have hurt.
Now, step back, step back.
If you insist.
I'm gonna go with this. Across all of my peoples. And I'm gonna have you do this.
I think not.
That looks like it hurt.
Rather than telling me no, how about you just cast the damn spell? Do it. You are going to cast a tentacle right there. Well, that wasn't the greatest thing ever, was it?
That's it!
You really do need to cast this, though. You really do.
I'll teach you a lesson.
Let's do this right there.
Speak your mind.
Okay.
No need to ask twice.
I'll see what I can find.
No injuries yet. Lots of damage, but no injuries.
Yeah, be right there.
Okay, let's see what this over here is. Well, first I'll look at this.
I got this.
The plaque below the mural is in remarkable condition. It reads, "The Kraken is a beast like none other. By applying the manipulation techniques we refined through our work on the Leviathan, we increased both the size and intelligence of the common octopus, and they have since proved themselves to be ferocious hunters. There was one unfortunate side effect, however. They also became quite territorial." A fine wand.
Right here. Right here. Leave it to me. Consider it done.
Cave coral and an underwater dungeon key.
Yeah. Be right there. Hey there. Watch and learn. Hey. I got it. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ain't a real challenge.
.1%. Stop it with the dropped frames, game. Okay, Sigil of Atrophy. Ooh, when did I get that? A Jade Tiger figurine. Summons an Elder Tiger. This statuette is carved from a single piece of jade. Natural striations within the stone form the tiger's stripes. The eyes consist of small inset jewels. The creator took great care to capture the great cat's imperious demeanor. Penetration 10 versus 12. 7. So it's 12 to 21. This is 20 to 29. Plus it's got a lesser enchantment on it. Action speed, damage increases with survival skill. What is my survival skill with this guy? Sleight of hand, athletics. Survival is 1. Just because I'm curious. You have a 10 for survival. 2. 3. I may have to pump some points into survival. Oh, atrophy. It was atrophy. Pain, atrophy. Here, let's use that.
Right here. Sure.
Enraged Broodmother.
Hey.
You can faceplant into an enraged Broodmother, right, Adair? That's not gonna bother you.
Me too.
Okay. Now, as you take that, I'm going to do... Wonder if that would work.
Me too.
It did. Nice. Alright. Attack him. Cast that. Cast this. And let's have you... Let's do that. Okay, good, good, good. Let's have you do that.
Cannot whack him any harder.
I can't whack him any harder. Well, the brood mother's dead. Just everybody attack that. Okay. Of course. Now everybody attack that.
Yeah.
I want you to come over here and use that. You are going to do this. And I'm going to have you do that.
Too difficult, I say.
Excuse you?
You need
do it. Oof, 14 resistance. I should have looked at his resists before I tried to do that. Okay. Then I'll go with minor blights? Question mark? Holy crap. Look at the fortitude on this thing. I mean, I guess it is a troll, but still. Versus will? It's only got a 29 will. So we got a 2 for fire resist, so let's use that. And I'll use... Do I have anything here that does crush? This does crush, doesn't it? Yeah, that does crush. Okay. This is corrosive. Quite nice corrosive, too. So let's see what that does. Well, I'm gonna see it anyway, damn it. Ooh.
What now?
It's pretty. Well, that was weird. It just flat out said the stream had ended that time when it had not. That was not good at all. Fine pike.
A Lord's foot and an heavy bullet, our cap.
Okay, let's see what this is.
I see where you're going with that. There. What did I tell you? I got you.
Seraphim just leveled.
Not at my best.
Hey there, I got this.
Swollen eye. Powder bomb trap. It grazed me though. How was that an auto injury?
I'll take a peek.
That doesn't seem right. Well, that ain't right.
Yeah.
Do 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 do.
Give me a real challenge.
Okay, there are more fishy people up that way.
Leave it to me.
Pylon in Gwithin machine. Pylon. Let's see what's up here. You get in there.
I'm on it.
Cast there. You are going to cast there. You are going to get over here. Let's do that. Substantial Phantom. Drains, Resolve, Intellect, Perception, 2 lesser versions of Jump to Environments. I need to use this more often. Ah, there we go. Dimensional Shift. Did you get stunned? You did not get stunned. Okay. I am going to cast. What do I want to cast? I'll bring out an Essential Phantom. You turd munchin' fish. You turd munchin' fish.
Of course.
Oh.
Easy does it.
Are they already dead? I'm not sure what killed those. Big ass pile of fish over there. Cuttlefish and some swordfish cutlets. How about that? They like to eat their fish and cutlets too.
Hey there. Sure.
So the long skinny one, that's the Leviathan. That's the big unidentified one, and that is the Leviathan thing that they called a Leviathan, but that's the big snake-like one. Or they made from the Barracuda. The wall before you is decorated by an intricately painted mural depicting 4 sea creatures of legend. The mural features a kraken, a shark covered in wicked barbs, an enormous whale, and a knot of 3 serpents with the head of barracudas. The images are offset somewhat from their frames, as if they could be pressed. Okay, so this is a puzzle that I have to figure out.
I got this.
So... Winding Serpent was our first success. Ah, so the Winding Serpent was the first one. There's one there, and there's one there. Until creation larger than any that came before. Last one. Okay. What about folly born of the purest hubris? After our experience with the barbed Ravager, we decided to test the limits of the machine's growth capabilities. Potted blue whales. So this might have been the last one. The barbed Ravager was third. Because this was the first one. So let's see what it says about the Kraken, as far as what order they were in. Kraken is a beast like none other. By applying the manipulation technique through our work on the Leviathan, we increase both the size and intelligence. The common octopus have proved themselves to be a ferocious hunters. This one was unfortunate. Okay. So, first, the barbed Leviathan. So the big beast was second. And then the Kraken. Because they did the refined through the work on the Leviathan because of the size of... Okay, no, this is second. The Leviathan. I don't know where barbed... I could have swore it said barbed Leviathan. But no, this is the second. So it's the Leviathan, and then the Kraken, and then the barbed shark, and then this one, the whale. Let's see if I've got it right.
Course.
God
Get it down. Something I can do?
Tuck yourselves in that damn corner.
Yes.
You back here.
What for, Cap?
You right there.
Alright.
Alright, inspect the mural. It's going to be the serpent, and then the Kraken, and then the shark, and then the whale. So serpent. The knot of serpent sinks into the mural with a satisfying click, and then the Kraken. Puff of foul-smelling gas shoots out of the Kraken's mouth. Surprised, you inhale sharply. The gas burns your lungs and face. Of course it was. Alright, let's take care of this level up so that this goddamn chime will stop going off. Athletics for second wind. I've got 10 streetwise. I think that's enough. At least for now. We'll take survival. Okay, so same level as before. Can be able to cast range spells over longer distances. Increase the time it takes to complete a spell's cast. Reduce, I mean. And then there's this, which is quite a lot. Raw damage, near death targets explodes, causing crush damage. It's pretty nice. So the damage is gonna happen regardless. But if they're low enough health to explode, then they'll also deal crush damage to everybody else in the... Okay. It's not bad. Give them an affliction while I get an inspiration. Inspirations counter and grant immunity to any and all afflictions of the corresponding attribute. The smart inspiration cancels and removes confused, charmed, and dominated. Okay. Stuns. Yes, it does. Begins combat with additional focus. Yes, please. Stupid fucking brownies. Sure, they take 28 minutes to cook, but then they take 45 years to not be lava. Everything can be tasting like rubber for a month. I'm finally in bed though, hour and a half late. Take it easy, Drew. Okay, I'm sleeping. Crusted swordfish. I do have enough to make stuff here. 20% area of effect, plus 2 penetration with spells and 10% damage. Maoro dusted swordfish steak, pan fried. I will craft one of those. Fried ugly. Hearty breakfast. Constitution and might. I'll go with that for Adair. Seafood stew. Perception, revolve, intellect. Resolve. Revolve. Simmering pot of the latest catch. Tanny cream. Corpse loaf? Yeah, no, I don't think so. Candied nuts. Wow, I have almost no sugar. Ooh, dexterity and perception though. Salt. Ooh, that looks good. Plus 3 might and 30% healing received. Ooh, that looks good. Poisons and antidote. A luminous Audra potion. What? Remove all injuries, +2 skills. +2 to all skills until rest. 120 health restored. Oof. I did not realize I could make healing potions in this game. That is... What? 240? All right. I wanted, see, that for you. And then I made this, might and healing received. I also made that, constitution might and 25% healing received. Okay, so I'll put that for me, and I'll put that for him. Wasn't there one more thing that I made? Nope, no there was not actually. Aged shark meat. Alright, so I still need my Orlin Pistolier, and I need my cleric, or my druid I should say. Orlin Pistolier and my cleric. Yeah, I'll do that. So seafood stew for the cleric. Seafood stew. Accept deflection 2 dexterity. Ah. Okay, that's why you don't put all of those in for the crew to eat and drink. I gotcha. Alright, seafood stew for the cleric. And I'll just let you have... only had one hearty breakfast, I do believe. Healing. Fortitude. That's for intellect, constitution, might, resolve. Kappa leaf. Don't really see anything. I need to get rid of this. The kith meat needs to go. Constitution and might. Healing, that's for perception. Abilities, accuracy, and reflex defense. You know what? I'll let you have the mercberries. That just feels right. Alright, so it's not the Kraken second. So... the shark second? Sinks into the mirror with a satisfying click. Okay. And then the Kraken. Nope. It's the serpent, the shark, then the whale, and then the Kraken. Final piece of mural sinks into the frame. You hear a deep rumble of stone moving behind you.
Aye. I can be quiet if you can.
The Mohoratanga. That's another spear. Exceptional. 17 to 25. That's not bad. Accurate. Exceptional. Red flag flying. 5 raw damage per 3 seconds for 9 seconds on scoring a crit. And it grants gaff. 5-meter pull. Oh. Reaches out to pull a distant target to the wielder, dealing slash pierce damage and dazing them. That hooked. Okay. While the practice of whaling has largely declined throughout the Deadfire, there are still those who hunt the beasts the Huana call Mohora, both for subsistence and profit. This spear was designed to pierce, tether, and slay such giants of the deep. Though no longer used for sea hunts, it functions admirably as a martial weapon.
I got this. Yeah, be right there.
I don't really use spears, though. Remember the time.
Hey there.
And there's another one. What's this?
Consider it done.
Plaque is worn but still legible. The barbed Ravager was the direct result of our success with the Winding Serpent. Oh. We grafted poisonous barbs onto bull sharks and subjected them to the machine's energies. The creatures tripled, then quadrupled in size, assimilating the barbs into their bodies, and so a most fearsome predator was born. Why would you even want to do that? Just no. Oh. It's Arcana.
Oh, indeed.
I have a guy who specializes in Arcana. Let's see what you can make of these. For some reason, I just assumed it was metaphysics, because Ingwithan machines and soul crap. You note the speed of the ring's rotation and the subtle pattern of the machine's humming. After a bit of prodding, the pylon's workings make sense to you. Deactivate. You shut down the machine. The floating ring grinds to a halt, and the energy it emits winks out of existence. A low rumbling echoes through the ruins, and the barrier on the window nearest you flickers briefly. Small trickles of water begin to flow nearby. Oh. Well, that's a thing, huh?
Indeed.
So I got that pylon. There's one there and there's one over there. So let's go out to the more distant one first. And before I turn off another one of these, I'm going to save and make sure I don't even know that I'm doing the right thing here. So if I have to, I will reload this. Deactivate. Runs to a halt and the energy winks out of existence. The rumbling is louder this time and the barrier opposite you flashes and wavers. Cracks race up the walls, followed by many more leaks. Many more leaks. Deactivate that machine. Floating ring grinds to halt the energy it emits, winks out of existence. The structure shakes so violently it nearly knocks you to your knees. The barrier flickers, then disappears with a... Water floods into the ruins. You have just enough time to pull on your diving suit before the water crests your head. Wait, what? Though you're in no danger of drowning, you're not safe yet. The rumbling deep in the ruins doesn't subside, but instead grows louder by the moment. You dart out the window opposite the pylon and start the long swim up to your waiting ship. Partway to the surface, you notice that it's getting harder and harder to take full breaths, and the bulk of the diving suit is now starting to weigh you down. Something is very wrong with it. Examine the suit for damage. The quick once-over reveals that a rent in the helmet is letting water in, reducing the amount of air being cycled by Vera's magic and thus making the suit heavier. Rig a quick fix. With no time to spare, you tear off a piece of cloth from the suit and quickly wrap the damaged portion of the helmet. Water continues to trickle in, but at a much reduced rate, and you eventually make it back to your ship fully intact. Yeah, no. I skipped or missed the ability to see. I assumed he had to turn those off in order to properly interact with the one at the Audra pillar, but apparently I was wrong there. So let's go look at that one first. Close the faint light. Attempt to deactivate this machine. The machine has no apparent off switch. You twist the nearest knobs and the dials to see how it reacts. As you do, a presence pushes to the edge of your mind. It soon grows forceful, overwhelming your mental barriers with ease. The skitter and rattle of dead leaves come to you on a breeze damp with the smell of rotting wood.
Watcher, still your hands. Signath Moor is under my protection. Why do you violate it?
Is this machine the source of the giant coral in Sayuka's harbor?
Indeed it is. The Engwithan's fine creation siphons essence from a vein of Adra deep within the earth, and the creatures of this region drink deeply of it. They grow strong, ruthless, and in so doing, worthy of my regard. Should you want to gain my regard as well, you would destroy this place to protect my machine. Then none will have the means to threaten my work here as you have.
Isn't that counter to your philosophy of trial, Galloway?
Cleverness should hunt always beside strength, Hound of Aethys.
I shall obey the will of my god? Hound of Aethys. Okay, that's not that's not I was thinking Bareth, but no, Hound of Aethys, because I'm hounding Aethys. That's a little ridiculous and kind of on the nose. Well, hell. I don't... Why should I do as you ask? I mean, I kind of would like to know the reason to that, but that seems a very pretentious way of wording that question. But it's the only way that the game lets you ask it, so...
Because I am your god, Watcher, and I reward my loyal followers.
Reward?
You would do well to think twice before crossing me.
You are not my god, though, are you? Bareth brought me back. Hylia's the one that helped me with the thing in the first game. I hold no particular loyalty to you, Galloway. Okay. So if I deactivate the machine, I pissed off Galloway, but I stopped the coral. I have a feeling I also stopped the animals getting big and strong in the area, and that's why it pisses off Galloway. If I destroy the temple so that nobody can deactivate the machine, then the coral grows out of control. I'm not sure why the town wanted the coral dispersed. Because, like, was it, was it cutting off their ability to go fishing? It just, like, yeah, it was at their dock, but the dock could be rebuilt at another, like, down the way a little bit, couldn't it? Yeah. I'll obey the will of my god.
You know who leads the pack. Good.
Tikehu rocks back on his heels, nodding to himself.
You need only deactivate the 3 pylons scattered about the ruin. That will destroy the barrier protecting this place from the sea.
How am I supposed to get out of here if it floods?
You survived the trial of reaching this place. Surely whatever means allowed you to breathe underwater will serve you on your way back up.
I have made a decision. I will not back out on it now. Alright. Let us go quickly. Alright, deactivate that one. And then come back over here. Deactivate that one. Continue, examine, rig the fix with me, and let's go. I've made my decision. A familiar presence pushes against the boundaries of your mind. This is new.
How rare a thing it is, a kith who does as they're commanded.
Behind his words hangs the profound silence of a forest blanketed in deep snow. Is the machine intact? The ruins collapsed on it.
The machine was unharmed, and will now remain so, thanks to your efforts.
A genuine warm colors Callowayne's words. I stuck my neck out for you. Where's my reward? Should I suck up to him a little bit in hopes of that reward? I don't want to confront him with it. That doesn't seem the right play. I'll suck up a little bit.
True loyalty requires a strength most lack, and you have proved yourself to be strong indeed, Herald of Barath.
Piety and dutiful.
For that, I shall reward you.
Yay!
Take now my blessing, Watcher, and see with the keen eyes of beasts.
Okay. The presence leaves as swiftly as it came. So I have... Wily Step, Maldweir, Carlagon, Beckoner. Did he just give me a bonus to perception or something? Interesting. Very, very interesting. All right, let's go back to Sayuka. Back to the Fleet Master's quarters. Harsh lands forge strong people. No.
I hope your effort to resolve the coral situation is meeting with success.
The druid leaders are dead.
Excellent. You are as dependable as I've been told to expect. Now we can begin logging in earnest. Regarding your reward, we seized a cache of weapons from a gang of pirates we caught sniffing about Sayuka. Of course, we only use regulation weaponry here, so I'd appreciate it if you'd take these off my hands before one of my engineers does something foolish with them.
Okay, stun bomb, grenade, concussion bomb. Cepha's empirical explication. 3 to 6 damage. Multi-shot. I'm gonna have to look a little closer at this. Target knocked back on crit. It's an exceptional enchantment. Only 6 penetration, though. An odd confluence of alchemy and mechanical engineering, this blunderbuss once belonged to Seifa Bombardi, an old Vailian pirate and noble. Seifa was not known for his savagery or ruthlessness, nor was he known for being a particularly successful pirate. Rather, he considered himself to be a natural philosopher, rejecting the mysteries of the arcane in favor of rational, verifiable logic. He spent his years in the Deadfire aboard his personal frigate, tinkering with mechanical designs, experimenting with alchemical formulae, and writing innumerable treatises on the natural workings of the world. He looted and pillaged on occasion, but that was only a means to fund his various projects. Piracy, even half-hearted piracy, was a dangerous side profession, however, and Seifa had no illusions about it. This weapon served him well throughout the years, and he never stopped fiddling with the design. As his mastery of alchemy and engineering improved, so did his favorite weapon. Multi-shot. Okay, so it's a blunderbuss. That's what it is. The closer you are, the more projectiles hit, so the more times it actually does that damage. So yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
You found me with a rare spare moment.
I wasn't able to solve your coral problem, and now the ruins are no longer accessible. Okaya grits her teeth. A vein in her forehead pulses so intensely it looks like it should hurt. Then she balls her hands into fists, closes her eyes, and releases a deep sigh.
I can't say I'm not disappointed. Now we'll have to make do without proper coral defenses. We'll be vulnerable.
Her lips flatten into a thin line. Well, at least the coral will be as inconvenient to any attackers as it is to you.
People have cannons, Watcher.
She narrows her eyes, searching your face for a hint of joke you must surely be telling.
Ah, before I forget, Atsura would like to see you at the Brass Citadel.
Okay. She took that remarkably well. I expected that to go over a lot worse. Okaya pauses, her hand outstretched like she meant to pull you aside, then reconsiders. With a shake of her head, she continues.
Though he appears placid on the surface, Atsura is not a patient man.
Farewell. I can turn off fast mode now, too. No more fast mode. Goodbye. Alright. You are going to compare this to that. 49, 49, both pin 8. Range 4, projectiles 4. Okay, crit damage, multi-shot and veil piercing, exceptional, both exceptional. Grants wild shot with no regard for proper reload techniques. Has become turbid with powder to be reloaded quicker and easier. Projectiles bounce to nearby targets. Transmogrified shot, 15% damage as raw. Frantic reload and target knocked back on crit. Yeah, I don't think I have anybody that wants to use that. Although, I could replace you with the rogue so that I could work on this weapon. Because I would like to see what this unlocks. Paladin, Priest, Rogue. I could also give it to Shoti. Ooh, I could give it to Shoti. Corona of the Soul. Damn it. 10% chance to cast burn damage on AoE on hit. That's interesting. A fragment of the target's soul is set aflame. It smolders for a short duration before erupting, dealing burn damage to nearby enemies. What? That's very interesting. And it gives me a desire to get Shoti back instead of the druid. I like her healing better anyway. Club, quarterstaff, rod, scepter, small shield and all. So, rod, scepter, quarterstaff, club. Keybreaker scepter. Frighten Kith. Targets on critical hit. Hand mortar. Both exceptional. Both large, defection, both 12, both -8. +1 enemies engaged for shield deflection. Grants defensive beacon. Soul Strike. Soul Strike. Increases with metaphysics. Use the luminous shard's stored soul energy to strike a target, lowering their defenses. -5 to all defenses. 1 per rest, though. That's why I haven't used it. Haven't come across a fight that I have deemed big enough to need it yet. Luminous Dissonance. Okay, less incoming damage from spells. Improves with metaphysics. 5% incoming damage from weapons. Interesting. Exceptional. Counts as an offhand weapon. Grants fire shield. Because I haven't been using that. This is also exceptional. 12 deflection. It's only 8 deflection and 4. Yeah, it's not a large shield. It's only a medium shield. I would much rather keep the large shield. Okay.
Yeah, right away.
So, Brass Citadel. Hopefully, I'll be able to get Maya back. So let's go see if I can get back my crew member. If I can get Maya back, I will happily get rid of Seraphim. I like Maya better. Three minutes to exit the city. I'll gladly live with that. Alright. Deadfire Company. I need to get back to Nikitaka. Yep, that's it. That is the one. Rock Stomper Rodal. My goodness. Okay. Brass Citadel. I believe it was the Fleet Master's office. I believe. You hear a set of heavily armored footsteps from down a nearby alley. The narrow streets in this neighborhood are largely deserted at night, and the echoes of heavily armored footfalls carry down the cobbled lanes. You notice two members of your crew, Giordu red-handed and Imani, crouching at the corner ahead of you, their backs to you. You two look like you're up to no good. See anything interesting? The pair almost leap from their skin at your sudden appearance. Gods above, Captain Imani hisses. Are you trying to scare us to death? My heart nearly stopped. Frowning, Giordu red-handed yeah, I caught you red-handed. Glances around the corner, then back to you. Nothing to see here, Captain. Uh-huh. Imani sighs. Just tell him, Giordu red-handed. Giordu's eyes roll. We've found a chance to make a little coin, Captain. A glance around the corner reveals an aging meadow folk man, garishly dressed in the styling of a Deerwooden noble. Lamplight glints from the rings on his fingers and chains around his thin neck. Damnation, I told you in confidence that this was not the right street. The words are slurred as if the man's tongue is too heavy for his mouth. Several men and women, all too heavily armored for the climate, accompany the man. Apologies, master. If we... Shut up, fool. By Magran's flame, is it always this hot? I'd pay 1,000 dukes for another drink. So they're thinking of robbing the man, right? Yeah, I don't want any part of this. Many winces and Giordu spits a fat glob of phlegm that slowly trails down the wall. Gods. Understood, Captain. We'll return to the ship. The pair slink away. Approach the group. One of the guards leans in towards the man. This is not the safest of streets, sir. Perhaps it's your job to keep me safe, not prattle on like a schoolmarm. At your approach, one of the guards puts a gauntleted hand on the man's shoulder, but he twists out from under it. Finally, someone with a thought in their head. He pads towards you, gesturing in broad sweeps of his arm as he speaks. These imbeciles have gotten us entirely lost. Can you point the way to... was it Queen's Birth, I believe? Well, I have a drink. Do you happen to have that 1,000 gold pieces you mentioned? The man briefly blinks before his features split into a wide grin. Fantastic. What do you have on offer? I will pay more than fairly for it. Rice wine. He sighs and accepts the bottle. Here, 10 dukes for the trouble, I suppose. Any storm in a port, as they say. 10 golden dukes. Golden dukes, okay. He gave me 10, so that's 120 copper. That's not bad for a bottle of rice wine. I'll give him directions. Streetwise, it's a good thing I've got you with me at the moment. Seraphim gives the man and his guards clear, concise directions back to Queen's Birth. You have my sincerest gratitude. He bows deeply and offers a small bag of coins for your trouble. Continue. 15 golden souls, so that's another 9 times 15 copper. Okay, that's fine. Brass. Citadel, Fleet Masters, let's go. See, that's Wakoyo. Wait. Atsura. His office at the at Imperial Command. Wait, is it after dark? Is that what's wrong? Yes, yes it is. It is very much after dark. Wait. I'll wait 8 hours until morning.
My favorite privateer. Clear skies.
Okay, so this is apparently not where I was supposed to go. Imperial Command. Does that mean I have to go into this brass citadel itself? Yeah, this is Imperial Command. I went to the wrong stop. Interesting. Hazanui Karu, Quartermaster. Okay, looks like I have to go down.
Sending for the gunhawks.
I saw one shoot once. Hit a lurch shark in the eye from 200 feet away.
That's Sura's office. Alright, Atsura. Atsura folds his hands and cocks his head, watching you like an especially thoughtful bird of prey. He waits several seconds before speaking.
I must thank you most humbly for your help. You've rendered Okaya and all of us a great service.
Ingwithan ruins and soul devices are something of a hobby of mine.
A rare speciality, and an extremely valuable one. But I called you here to discuss another matter.
His eyes flash, and an eager smile creeps along his face.
A great injustice plagues the archipelago, and we have an opportunity to end it. A thriving slave trade disrupts the Deadfire. I've determined that it's being run from the island known as Crookspur.
Rotten-souled villains, may the gods smite them all.
Why petition the gods when you can do it yourself? Slavers sow chaos wherever they ply their unsavory business. They uproot communities, disrupt trade, and attract the vilest criminals.
I agree.
Aye, they be ugly too, and smell like half-drowned bilge rat. Cheated dice, never write their mothers.
He counts the accusations off on his fingers. Okay, Seraphim, that was pretty good.
Be easier to mention what they do right. Like dying when you stab or shoot them.
Unfortunately, they've been allowed to operate here for years.
You're saying that the powers that be have colluded with them?
Oh, but I wasn't trying to cast aspersions.
He squints, making a helpless gesture.
I may have heard that certain persons of influence in the Valian Trading Company have connections with the slavers. But the larger problem is that they were allowed to settle in here in the first place. For that, the Juana must take responsibility.
How do you figure that?
Allow me to illustrate.
He brings his hands together and clears his throat.
2,000 years ago, our people began the conquest of Rauatai. The land was new to us. Many of its inhabitants were better equipped.
He tints his fingers and raises his eyebrows.
But we overcame them. We were unified where they were scattered. And we were not content to huddle in cliff caves and subsist. We were determined to make a better life for ourselves.
Sounds like you stole land and livelihood from a lot of people.
Were we less deserving of these things simply because we arrived later?
A hint of anger flares in his voice and flashes in his eyes. No, but you already had land and a way of life. You didn't have to take it from others.
Besides, the country we built was stronger, with roads, irrigation, and weather guards. For us, as well as the people, we organized.
Might makes right. Typical way of thought, yeah. He blinks, quickly collecting himself, and forges ahead.
I am merely pointing out that it is difficult for fragmented, transient tribes to maintain control over their territory.
He steals another quick glance at you. Yes, let's all sing the praises of Coventry. We want it, and we're strong enough to take it, therefore it's ours. Stupid. It's absolute stupidity.
Is it not noble and just to end this scourge? Especially if the Juana cannot? We must end the slaver threat.
On that, we agree. Be straight with me. What does this have to do with Rauatai? He cocks his head and considers his answer. Finally, he nods.
Rauatai has interests in a stable Deadfire, and in earning the favor of our Juana brethren. The slavers threaten both goals.
He pauses and watches you, placid and unblinking. When he seems satisfied he's answered your question, he continues.
Go to the slaver outpost on Crookspur and kill Master Kua, the ringleader. His associates should scatter.
He marks a spot on your map and looks back at you.
As much as I would like to send our forces to fight the good fight alongside you, I'm afraid that would only cause trouble in other quarters.
You fucking weasel.
Especially since some of the slavers operate legally and with the blessing of certain Valian officials.
You mean the Principe? He tilts his head towards you and gives you a knowing look.
Be that funny way officials have when silver wafts neath their noses.
However, I have it on good authority that the slavers have made enemies of the Wahaki. They may be willing to help you, if they don't take your head off first.
Oh, I've already dealt with the Wahaki before. They'll see me. He shrugs, suggesting this is only a tiny inconvenience.
The Wahaki congregate on an island called Ori Okoiki. It means cursed land of corpses.
His mouth twists in a sardonic smile as he marks your map.
They are suspicious of outsiders, so approach them with caution, if at all. What's important is that you rid us of the slavers on Crookspur.
The slavers will never know what hit them.
I'm counting on that.
I will enjoy that particular assignment. I really do want to get her back. Orikyo Koiki. Oriki. Orio Koiki. Okay, so that's somewhere that I've been needing to go anyway. Orioka Wiki. Maya returned from the mission that dispatched her parcel, and she seems eager to talk about her experience. Yes, where is she? I'm very much open to this.
Uh-huh.
Barracks. Maybe she's in the barracks? Maybe? There's a raw time guard. Wow, there's something hid under somebody's pillow over there.
Right here. Sure.
I'll take a peek.
I'll take that.
Right here.
Thank you. The Ass Citadel. Where are you?
Can I ask you
That's
something?
definitely not the correct door there. All right, let's go back up. Wait, Seraphim has discovered something? Oh, yeah, Seraphim, we're walking through. Yeah, I got you. Officers Lounge. Maybe she's in the Officers Lounge. Nope, not in the Officers Lounge.
For what do you stare at me, little man?
Were I staring? I'll just be finding your mind a bit different, so.
My thoughts are for myself, but I give of my heart freely.
And here with me living the other way around.
Oh, it's a good thing chanters aren't real. I would confuse so many of them so easily without even trying. Gunhawk, dear bodyguard.
My favorite privateer. Clear skies.
Hmm.
You must gather your party before...
You must gather your party before venturing forth. So where the hell is she? Docks? Maybe she's on the docks. Let's see. Stop it. Alright.
Why my eyes be open?
Enough. The courier's calling. Where is my, so if I go home, Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. Where do I find Maya at the end of Careers? We'll find Maya at the Kraken's Eye Tavern in Port Mage. Okay. So I have to go to Port Mage to find her. How about that? I'm going to get my damn rifle woman back. Her and her bird, too. A voice calls out to you from an alleyway. Nikitaka's poorer districts host more dark than light, the streets and alleys only housing many Juana. The streets and alleys, the only housing many Juana know. As you pass by one of these alleys, a voice calls out. You turn to see a hand fold out from the darkness. The pale palm balances a figurine, more silhouette than statue in the dim light, and when you try to get a clearer look, the fingers fold back up. Magic, the voice says. It summons beasts to harry your enemies. We'll save you in a pinch in a city as dangerous as this. Surely your life's worth a few silver. Torchlight glints from the man's teeth. You want? You follow. The figure withdraws into the darkness. Though you only got a glimpse of it, you know that the figurine is no mere trinket. There is untapped power within its form. I will enter the tunnel. Within the alley, a torch ignites, revealing a tunnel entrance. You pass through the archway. On the other side, a group of Principi hold torches and blades. Bodies stuff the corners. Eyes dry in the flickering flames, some with their hands bound, others face down in the grime. Strangely facile, isn't it? The pirate draws his weapon. Set out a little cheese, and these foreign rats come tick, 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 chittering in. Hand over that figurine. Now. Well, that's not right. I guess. That's unfortunate. Fine, I'll just draw my weapons and attack. We will kill these guys. And it will not be that difficult, I predict. Slit 'em stem to stern.
Quit.
Alright, so we got a pistolier, a chanter, cutthroat, Dion, and a paladin. Alright, so you are gonna go there. You I'll do this there. We'll put this in play. And this as well. And you can shoot the chanter.
Wheelhouse, friend.
Actually, wait. Make a friend, Seraphim. Very nice. Very nicely done indeed. Alright, you two just do as you will. And I want you to start shooting there. You are going to... You're going to shoot. We'll shoot that. Tekehu. Put that in. And you... Oh, that... To enemies it touches. It does specify. Ooh. Hit large groups of people all the way around you, please. You did not know who you were dealing with here, dude. You just didn't got no idea, did you? Boiling spray. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll have you shoot. You will chuck some magic missiles. Lava root beyond seek.
Yes? Yes?
Okay. 3, 2, 1, and done.
They'll fall by my hand.
Goodbye, dude. You guys really should be more careful about who you target.
I shall.
Okay, there it is. Battered dog figurine. A grave hound. Smell of a graveyard. That is interesting.
Lunch. Oh?
Okay, well, don't have to worry about those guys trying to ambush nobody else, do we? I think I'll give the grave hound to Aloth, actually. Okay.
How may I help?
Let's go.
Of course.
Let us continue off. I want to go get my person back. Today, Crosby, today. Back to Port Manger. We'll go back to Port Manger. Alright. Go here to the Kraken's Eye. I do believe that it said... I do believe.
Have you ever seen anyone cast like that?
Sure. A weather mage is a useful person to have on a crew.
But to tame a storm? That Juana woman frightens me.
Da do 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 do.
These dawn stars drive me mad. Every morning, the same hymns.
I wish
Didn't
they'd stayed
remember
in
picking
Red
you up
Ceres.
around
out here. Forget something, did you?
Find Maya at the Kraken's Eye Tavern. Specifically, she's leaning against the western wall of the tavern. Okay, leaning against the western wall of the tavern. If you've already completed her associated quest line, she will be at Imperial Compound. Is it upstairs, maybe? All right, let's go to daytime. Not seeing her anywhere.
Race you to the coral. No contest. What? Just because you have webbed fingers and I can't swim? You are a strange man.
You are a strange man. Wait, what? Look for it to... Okay. My business with the orders. Accept the message without. Speak secretary. Excuse herself for a couple of days. Falls into the mission. The secretary. Once she returns, want to discuss matters. Wait, what? Delivered the missives to both Harama and Tahu. Saved Harama and gave Atsura's missive against her machine and compelled Tuha to accept her missives. Was killed during the encounter and saved Tuha. Someone critical to the completion of this quest was killed. Nope, that didn't happen. So where the hell is she? Successfully neutralized the stalker, but later found the missives indeed. Ending sides. So where the hell is she? And why can't I find her? Okay, that's not going to tell me. Da, 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 da. You don't need to wait here while she's gone. She will return to the party no matter where you are at a later time. Okay, yeah, that's not... It's not what happened, but the quest log says that the quest is done and she wants to talk. Maya returned from the mission that dispatched her to parts unknown. She seems eager to... I guess it's because I've got the party slot filled. Let's go see if I get rid of... Or if I go to shuffle my party around, if it allows me to put her in the group. It would be kind of silly if I came all the way out here to pick her up and I didn't need to. But I will accept that, as long as I get her back. Yes, okay, I got her. Just do it.
So, we're back. Did you miss us?
Maya smiles a little and the side of her mouth twitching. Ishita offers a friendly squawk. Where were you?
About that.
Frowning, Maya crosses her arms and nods thoughtfully.
Something happened out there, and it's got me all turned around.
Maya fixes her attention on a distant point. Speak your mind.
I didn't exactly deliver a missive. That parchment was meant for me, and I delayed opening it as long as I could.
She folds her arms.
Atsura gave me a name and a location. That was all. When you're a sharpshooter by trade and your boss doesn't offer clarification, you learn to arrive at your own conclusions.
Go on.
The rub of it is, my target wasn't some ship's captain or an ogre swinging a fence post. He was the Ranga of a Huana tribe.
She raises her brow and studies you for any reaction. Why don't you start from the beginning? Nodding to you, Maya shrugs away some tension that you hadn't noticed before.
The village was beachside. No sign of foreign occupation. I might have been the first outsider to make land in quite a while. They were just simple folk going about their lives. Couldn't have been more than 50 of them. Their Ranga, though? He had a voice that carried, that echoed in the hearts of his people.
Her eyes narrow as she concentrates on a far-off point. What did he speak about?
He called for unity with the neighboring tribes, the setting aside of bad blood. His people listened, and listened well.
His expression softened. Takehu frowns to himself and backs away a step, giving Maya space.
He was my target. You can guess what happened next.
Maya shrugs, squeezing her forearms to release some tension. Tell me anyway.
I picked a spot and a time of day. Morning, west-facing, plenty of tree cover. The light was in my favor. The winds were low. He left his hut, mussed his kid's hair, and set off for the beach on the other side of the island, checking lobster traps.
Pressing his lips together, Takehu studies Maya intently as she speaks. He pulls at the ends of his hairs, twirling them anxiously between his fingers.
Ishi followed him overhead, and I followed him with my sights, holding my breath, waiting for the right moment. And then I stopped. I pictured all those captains I'd riddled with holes and wondered, is this how we treat civilians? Is this how wars are won?
Go on.
I shot him in the back of the head. He was a corpse before he hit the ground.
She opens her fingers like a flower blooming.
It took a while for his kin to find him, but only seconds to figure out that he didn't die of a weak heart.
She chews her bottom lip and glances toward Ishiza.
Kara, that is enough!
Takehu's even expression twists into a mask of agony. Maya shifts her attention to him with alarm.
I say she can spare her breath for the authorities in Serpent's Crown.
Maya rolls her eyes.
That's not going to happen, Blue Guy.
Maya's hand strays towards her belt. Perking at attention, Ishiza ruffles his tail feathers. Takehu let her talk. We don't have any proof of her claims anyway.
I will be watching you, assassin.
Takehu points to his eyes and then points to Maya's. He grimaces with disgust.
If you two were finished, I was just getting to the point. This tribe surprised me. They acted like I kicked over their anthill. They got mad. They got to work. The old Ranga went onto a pyre, and the new one snapped into place. She took up the call for unity while the embers were still warm.
Maya shakes her head, grinning a little.
Acted like I hadn't just killed her boss for doing the same thing.
Did it make a difference to you that the Ranga was a civilian?
Of course. I shoot to disrupt soldiers and end conflicts. Not to stifle ideas or crush spirits. That's Valian work.
Have we been delivering assassination missions this whole time?
Fair question. Short answer? I don't know.
She frowns down at Ishiza.
Atsura uses different codes for each of us. I could teach myself to write Engwithan before I cracked another agent's instructions.
So killing the chieftain didn't rattle the tribe?
They mourned, they seethed, they tore out their hair. But they rebuilt. By the time I left, they were talking about peace with the other tribes like it was inevitable.
A slow smile of astonishment rises to her face. Holding his silence, Takehu nevertheless wears a fierce and self-satisfied grin.
Whatever it is, keep it to yourself, fish boy.
Maya clicks her tongue at him sharply. Doesn't sound like your mission was a success.
I completed my mission. I leave Atsura to worry about whether or not it was a success.
Sighing to herself, Maya tugs at her bun, worrying a loose lock.
If you don't mind, I need to let this brew in my head for a while and see what bubbles up. Thanks for letting me unload in the meantime. We should talk to Atsura. He'll want to know that I've done as he asked. I've got some answers.
Right here.
Yeah, I can't say I like that too much, but... Let's see. If her order was an assassination, there's a good chance that the other two missives I delivered were also assassination orders. Oh, she's got a level 2. Let me go ahead and put this in. Go with stealth and... I'll have her do intimidate. All right. Empowered stuff that I don't use. The Ranger and their companion each gain a deflection bonus against ranged attacks. Increase the amount of damage dealt by critical hits. Is this a hostile spell? While hurt or better, the Ranger and their companion both gain accuracy bonus against enemies that are blood eaters. Ranger shot hobbles the target. The Ranger's aim becomes far more accurate. So it just says it becomes far more accurate. It doesn't say by how much, and it doesn't say for how long. So I'm going to assume that it's just for this one shot, because there's no reason to think it would be more than that, aside from wishful thinking. Should I improve that? Should I maybe go for one of these? I think I'm going to take that, and next chance I get, I'll grab Stalker's Link for the boost to accuracy against targets that Ishiza is aggroed to. Alright, give it another save, because I saved a little prematurely there. I didn't do my level. And I think I am going to go ahead and call it here. It is 12:51. That is 9 minutes until 1 a.m. Central Standard Time. I would like to take a minute to thank Drew for stopping and hanging out with me this evening. I appreciate you, my dude. I think he was the only person, question mark. I don't remember anybody else sticking their head in tonight, but I'm going to check, because my memory is not exactly the greatest thing. Where? Ah, here. Yeah. Yeah, it was just Drew. But I still do want to thank anybody else who might have stuck their head this evening, anyone who may be lurking, anyone who may be watching the VOD. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope everybody sleeps very well this evening. I hope everyone has a fantastic day tomorrow. And I will see anyone interested tomorrow night when we step back into our playthrough of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So, until